Lindsay,
Hi, Jordan.
how are you?
I'm doing well. I'm in a thunderstorm right now. How are you?
Me too. It's thundering pretty bad.
Yeah. We're gonna do this tonight. Got so many things. Jordan, I like have my minutes pre-drafted and I have notes on some of the ones that we had updates on, but if I get to one of those and I don't mention one of the like updates or concerns, will you like message me?
Yes.
Thank you. I think I have a good method to keep track of this, but I'm not sure. And then I don't know if you saw this, but Abraham's not coming tonight.
Well, okay. Okay, thank you.
Dale, you are a public member of the board, is that right? Can we unmute Dale?
Yeah, I'm a
Can you,
public
will you remind me of your last name and how to spell it?
Simpson, Simpson.
Thank you very much.
I don't
And
know
then
why it's not on this. I could try to fix that, but it should be.
Jordan, yeah, can we rename Dale to Dale Simpson with an asterisk? Thank you. And um, I know there was one other
Right.
board member who's coming who had a hard time signaling last time that she was here. Uh, so if Danielle Avasar comes, she like couldn't quite figure out how to rename herself last time. So we just kind
Okay.
of, her. Yeah.
Lindsay, can I just ask, is the email, the public hearing email supposed to be on this, or should I try to get rid of that?
Oh, no, no, no. The what's on here right now is fine.
Okay, okay. I didn't know
Yeah.
if that was just me or if it's something I could.
No, 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 no. That's
Okay,
perfect.
okay, great, thanks.
Okay, Jordan, as we get this started, can you give me a double check? I see that we have myself, Bill, Judy Schneider, Marco Tamayo, Wessel Squire, and Dale Simpson. Does that sound
I,
like what you see?
I have that too, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, Miles just joined.
Miles Fink.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's get started then. Welcome to the July Street Life Committee meeting. If you have seen the agenda, you all know that we have a really full agenda tonight. It is my hope that we do this as expediently as possible. In order to do so, I'm going to ask you if you will tell us a little bit about your business, if you had a structure up during COVID that has changed, if you have any 311 complaints about you and how you've remedied them, that will make this go a lot faster. We will first hear from all of the applicants, and then we will go to members of the public who wish to speak on that application, and then to members of the board. For my members of the board, please have your motions at the ready, your questions quick, and if we can all stay concise and to the matter at hand, that'll be appreciated as we get through this 50+ item agenda meeting. I also want to ask any of the members who are joining tonight to consider running for a co-chair for this board, for this position, for this committee. We have a lot more business that's going to come, and it'll be easier if we have a few more people doing that besides just myself and Abraham. With that, I'd like to turn it over to Jordan to tell us about the technical rules for this meeting.
Welcome. If this is your first time joining us virtually, you will notice that you are currently muted, and everyone will remain muted throughout the meeting except the committee co-chair, Lindsay, and any presenters as we move throughout the agenda. Following the presentations, the co-chair will call on members of the public wishing to speak. You can participate by going to the react icon on your device and pressing the raise hand button, not the wave or thumbs up, as those will disappear. Only press it once. If you press it a second time, your hand will go back down. If you are calling in on the phone, it is *+9 to raise your hand and *+6 to unmute. Be on the lookout for a prompt asking you to confirm unmuting once the co-chair calls on you. The chat is available for technical support only to help with Zoom software problems, not to ask questions of the co-chairs. They will not see the chats. If you're using an older version of Zoom, you will need to go to the participant section where you will find the raise hand feature there. Please do not raise your actual hand or wave at the screen because we may not be able to see you. Chat me in here for support.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and get started. And before we move to our first item of business, I do want to remind all the applicants to please leave your postings up until after we have our full board meeting, and then please take them down promptly. First, we're going to hear a new application for a liquor license from Emmett's Uptown, doing business as Emmett's Uptown. Do we have a representative from this business here? I see, Emmett, you're going to get a request to unmute.
Yes, that's me. I'm Emmett.
Great. Thanks for being here. Go ahead, tell us a little bit about your business.
Sure. I operate two businesses in downtown Manhattan. The first one we opened 12 years ago. It's Emmett's on McDougal Street. We kind of started out specializing in Chicago-style pizza, and is someone that lives in the neighborhood. We quickly became kind of like a neighborhood, restaurant bar. The first restaurant was relatively small.
Emmett, if I may, I am interested in the backgrounds, but if you can keep it to what's happening here, we have like 52 things to get through
I
tonight.
got you. Yeah. So we are trying to open up another Emmett's at the existing Mel's location uptown.
Okay, and have you had any 311 complaints against your business in the past?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay. Are there any members of the public that have questions for this applicant? Seeing none, let's recognize Marco.
Thank you. I would like to put a motion and then to speak. The motion is to approve as presented.
You've got seconds.
Okay, Mr. Emmerich, thank you. Welcome to the Community Board 8. Please give a little bit more background about how you operate.
Sure.
And how do you expect to do that? Even though I think it's very simple to support, is your operation looks very simple, but give us the hours of operation, this kind of stuff.
Sure. So we are a restaurant, heavily weighted in pizza, but it's really pizza, pasta, and ribs. The hours of operation at our restaurant in the Village, we're open for brunch on weekends, soon to be lunch on weekends, and we close at 1 or 2 a.m. On weekends. And you know, our other restaurant is roughly the same hours. So it's during the lunch, or excuse me, during the week it's lunch, and weekends it's brunch, and you know, weekends it's a little bit later, probably 2 a.m.
Thank you. I hope they operate very well, and I think I wish the best.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's recognize Bill.
Call the question.
Great, and you've got seconds for that. All right, if anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining, please let me know. Otherwise, this is going to go down as a 10-0 approval, reflecting that DJ and Addison are also now here. All right, thank you very much. Let's move to our next applicant, WVUES, doing business as NA. Is there a representative from this business here?
Yeah, that's me, Bob Callahan from Michael Kelly's office.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
All right, how are you? Yeah, you got this.
Okay, this is a liquor license application for WVUES LLC doing business as Westville. We're located at 1359 First Avenue between East 72nd and East 73rd Street. We're a full-service restaurant serving American fare. Our hours of operation are 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. 7 days a week. We'll have 32 tables and 72 seats and a bar with 12 seats. The food to drink ratio will be 90-10. We'll provide light background music through an iPod or an iPad. We have no outdoor seating. The owners have several Westvilles all over the city. There's one on the Lower East Side, down the Financial Center, Chelsea. We have one in Queens. It's a very popular, family-friendly restaurant.
All right, are there any members of the public that have questions for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Thank you. I think I'm going to put a motion to approve as presented. Thank you.
Thank you. And we have a second from Judy. Let's recognize Miles.
Call the question.
Perfect. And we have seconds for that. Yes. All right. If anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining on this measure, please let me know. Otherwise, this will go down as a 10-0 approval. Actually, Danielle Avasar, was she here in time for this one? She says yes. Yes. Okay, great. So this will go down as an 11-0 approval. Okay, great. Thank you. Let's move on to our next applicant, which is Bella Blue, which might still be Michael or Robert.
I'm still here.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a liquor license alteration application for 967 Lexington Avenue Corp. Doing business as Bella Blue between 70th and 71st Street to include alcohol service in the roadway application that was approved by the community board with 9 tables and 18 seats. We have 17 tables and 50 seats inside with 1 restroom. The outdoor seating will close by 10 p.m. And as it does now, all DOT regulations will be followed and no fire equipment or utility access covers will be blocked.
Oh, I really liked that model of how to do this.
Yeah, and since you're speaking about it, any structures that were anywhere in this area during COVID have been removed.
Thank you very much. Are there any members of the public that have questions for this applicant? Okay. Before I get to Marco, I understand that maybe some forms were missing. Did all those get into the office for that? Okay, great. Yeah, let's go to Marco.
Yeah, anything missing, I'm in contact with Jordan. You'll have
Got it. Okay, thank you. Marco?
Thank you. I would like to put a motion and then to speak. The motion is to approve as presented.
You got second.
Okay, Mr. Callahan, thank you so much for giving an example in the way that that should be presented, the application, so then we can have a thorough understanding what's going on with you. And yes, always I would like to hear, especially for outside, if you have any tables and you provide a bathroom too. I think it's very important. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Miles.
Call the question.
Great. Let's do it. If anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining, please let me know. Otherwise, this is going to go down as an 11-0 approval. All right, thank you. Let's go to Paolo's Restaurant Group.
Okay, that is me as well. Okay, this was a request for a 30-day waiver for Paolo's Restaurant Group. We're located 1361 Lexington Avenue between 90th and 91st Streets. We were asking for a 30-day waiver due to the fact that unfortunately the owner, Paola, has passed away. The restaurant's been left to her son, Stefano. So we need to do the corporate change as quickly as possible to avoid any kind of service interruption. So I think you actually sent us the letter already, but
Okay, are there any members of the public that have questions on this application? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Thank you. I would like to put a motion then to speak.
You've got seconded.
Okay, Mr. Callahan, tell them that we feel sorry to hear this news, and I wish continue doing the business in our neighborhood. Thank you.
yes, I will. And in addition, there'll be no changes to the operation.
Thank you.
All right, Bill.
Call the question.
All right, let's do this. You've got seconds. If there's anyone who's going to be voting no or abstaining, please let me know. Otherwise, this will go down as an 11-0 approval. All right. Thank you very much. Let's now go to the barking dog.
Okay, this is a liquor license alteration application for Eastside Barking Dog, doing business as Barking Dog, located at 1678 3rd Avenue between East 94th and East 95th Street, to add alcohol service to an already CB8 approved roadway seating. We have 15 tables and 55 seats inside with 2 restrooms, and the roadway is 18 tables and 36 seats. The outdoor closes at 10 p.m. We follow all DOT regulations, and no fire equipment or utility access covers will be blocked, and any kind of structure up for COVID has been removed.
Thank you very much. Does anyone from the public have questions for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Motion to approve as presented. Thank you.
You've got seconded, and then Miles is calling the question. All right, if anyone is going to be voting no or abstaining, please let me know. Otherwise, this is going to go down as an 11-0 approval. Great, thank you. Let's go to Brasserie Cognac East.
Camille, you should be unmuted.
Yes, perfect. Hello, I'm here speaking on behalf of Brasserie Cognac East. This is an alteration, but also we have the DOT sidewalk application that will be being heard at the same time. So the alteration combines the roadway that was heard at the March meeting and then ultimately approved at the full board meeting, March 19th of this year. The alteration will combine the two for an amendment to the licensed premises for approximately 324 square feet. That will be 26 tables and 52 seats combined with the sidewalk and the roadway. And the hours of operation will be 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. And we have signed all the rules and regulations and affidavit along with our submission that we will abide by.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone from the public that has questions for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Thank you. A motion to approve as presented. Thank you.
You have people seconding it, and then we're gonna have someone call the question. Miles is calling the question. Let's go ahead and do this. If anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining, please let me know. Otherwise, this will go down as a 11-0 approval. Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Let's go to Treadwell.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, I lost you. The screen popped away. So I think it's going to be hard to follow Mr. Callahan's smooth performance, but I'll try. So my name is Richard Cohn. I've been partners with Abraham Merchant for 39 years. We've been at this location since 1996. Before Treadwell, it was Neely's, and then it was Merchants New York. And the current outdoor cafe is the same outdoor cafe that we've been operating for the past 25 plus years. We've had no 311 complaints. We are very much in touch with the different neighborhood associations. We're supportive of the neighborhood, and we're very responsive, and we are following all the DOT regulations.
Okay, does anyone from the public have questions for this applicant? I do have a question before we go to Marco. I understand that right now your business is unwilling to sign the affidavit that you'll close the outdoor at 10 p.m. Is that still correct?
Yeah, that's correct. We've been operating with the permitted legal hours for the past 25 years. Oh, and by the way, I was amiss in not recognizing Jordan and how helpful she was in helping us with the paperwork and making sure we got it in and correcting some clerical mistakes. I would be remiss for not thanking her for that. But yes, we are responsive to any community complaints, but we do not want to give up our operating business hours that we've been doing for the past 25 plus years.
Okay, so interpreting that, you would not be willing to sign onto a stipulation that your outdoor premises are closed at 10 p.m.
That's correct.
All right. Let's go to Barry, presuming this is a member of the public.
Good afternoon, all. Good evening, I should say. I want to comment on the application. I'm very strongly in favor when he mentioned a neighborhood association is involved. That's the East 60s Neighborhood Association. And we're very close with them over the years, and they've been a superb residents of the area and a good merchant here. So I just urge the support of the application. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm going to recognize Judy because we haven't heard from her yet tonight.
Thank you. And I just want to let you know I'm here permanently. My other meeting got changed. I just want to say, I know we have regulations about closing at 10 for most of the people who come before us. But as Richard said, they've been operating for a number of years with those hours. And we've had the neighborhood association has had no complaints. There have been no complaints from the building in which they're located. That apartment house is a member of the neighborhood association, and I would have heard from them if there were complaints about their hours, and there have been none. So I suggest in this case we make an exception.
Thank you very much, Judy. Let's go to Robin.
Thank you, Lindsay, and thank you, Judy, for your explanation. That's what I wanted to address, the 10 p.m. closing. Look, I mean, if this seems to be working for this particular group of people, okay, but are we on some kind of slippery slope to allow it for other applicants? I think that's something we need to think about.
Thank you very much, Robin. Let's go to Bill.
Hi, thank you. I know the place. It's a couple of blocks from where I live, and it's true that they've been operating for so many years past 10 o'clock. However, we do have a policy that many applicants came to us before us requesting they sign a stipulation by 10 p.m. So it would be unfair to be inequitable compared to this applicant to the previous applicants and also to any future applicants. So I would suggest, since they've been doing it for so many years, perhaps during the weekdays, Monday to Thursday, they're closing at 10 o'clock. Then Friday and Saturday, they close at whatever time they would like to close at midnight. Can you hear me?
I could. Sorry, I was trying to signal to Jordan that I got muted. Yeah, thank you very much, Bill. Let's go to Marco.
Thank you, Lindsay. I think I hear the last two persons, and I think usually myself, I would like always to be consistent with the same policy with everybody. I know that the area very well, and there is a good neighbors associations that they are protected that area. There is no complaints, but my issue is probably he has to go or bind with our policy for everybody else. I'm not against Judy Snyder or Barry. They are two good community board members, but I think we had to be fair with everybody else. And I'm sorry, no exceptions, because if we have to have exception for them, we have to have exception for everybody else. Thank you.
Okay, so we've heard from a number of members. Would any members like to make a motion on this? Richard, you want to say something?
I just want to look, I understand, and thank you for recognizing me. I understand and appreciate, and policies always have exceptions, right? And I understand that, one size shouldn't not fit all. And it's always easier to say, okay, everybody, it's either black or white. It's, and it either fits or doesn't, as opposed to look at the individual circumstances and how long someone has been there, and what they've contributed to the neighborhood, and how they have responded. It's been difficult enough staying in business for this past 30 years, complicated by COVID and everything else that our city has been facing. But I would like to say that I hear, I forgot which board member was suggesting about alternative hours, and I would like to offer that we would agree Sunday through Thursday instead of midnight, 11, and then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we would close at 12 as a condition of approval. So if you do vote to approve, we would, supplement our stipulation with Jordan for those hours, again, Sunday through Thursday to 11. I mean, Sunday through Wednesday to 11, and Thursday, Friday, Saturday to midnight, as a gesture of our cooperation and good faith in working with the community board.
Okay. Respectfully, I do thank you for the offer of changing the hours. I do think that might not address some of the board members' quibbles here, because I don't like that they might not be in a negotiating posture. But right now, we're in a position for someone to make a motion. Any of the board members can do this. Let's go to Bill.
I would like to make a motion to approve what he's presented, the amendment, the changes.
Okay, so the motion is to the approval with the stipulations that on Sunday through Thursday, the closing time will be 11 p.m. and then on Friday and Saturday, 12 p.m.
Yes.
Thursday too. Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Because that's a weekend for a lot of people starting Thursday.
I just have to type it up. All right, so we have a motion from Bill, Judy's seconding it. Does anyone want to call the question? Marco? Okay, great.
Call the question.
Great, thanks. So where we are right now is we have a motion to approve with the stipulation that from Sunday to Wednesday, this business will be closing at 11 p.m., Thursday through Saturday at 12 p.m. If you are going to be voting no or abstaining on this, please let me know. Marco.
I'm going to abstain. Thank you.
Okay, Marco abstain. Robin.
Thanks, Lindsay. I'm voting no on this. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Sasha.
I'm just abstaining because I just hopped on and I don't know which business this is.
Okay. Dale.
Yeah, I'd like to vote no as well.
Okay. All right, so Judy. Judy, you're still muted.
If she just popped on, she shouldn't be counted in the vote.
For Sasha for abstaining?
Yeah.
Got it, thank you. Okay, so I'm also gonna be a no on this one, so this is gonna go down as an approval. It's going to be like, I have to do a little bit of math, but this is approved with the stipulations as it was. Let's go to 86-2, doing business as Gracie's.
Yes, hi, Kathleen Stathopoulos. I'm here for Gracie's. So Gracie's is a restaurant located on the corner of 84th Street. And it has, we were before you on June 3rd for approval of the Sidewalk Cafe, which was approved. And now this is an alteration application to have their full liquor brought out to the sidewalk. Inside there are 50 seats with 2 bathrooms. And outside it's 22 seats and 12 tables. They did have a structure up during COVID that has been removed. And their hours are, this is a 24-hour restaurant, but we did sign the stipulation agreeing to close the Sidewalk Cafe at 10 p.m.
Okay, great, thank you. Does anyone from the public have questions for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
I would like to put a motion. The motion is to approve as presented. Thank you. Oh, Lindsay, thank you so much for the last application.
Sure. Okay, so we have a motion, we have seconded, and Bill, you're maybe calling the question?
Yeah, call the question.
Great.
Read my mind.
All right, so if anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining on this, please let me know. Otherwise, it will go down as a 12-0 approval, reflecting that Sasha is here for this vote. All right, thank you very much. The previous one was a 7-1-3 approval. Let's go on to Euro, doing business as Yasuvlaki.
Yes, that is me again.
Okay.
Yes, so this is restaurant 1568 3rd Avenue, the corner of 88th Street. We were before you again on June 3rd for their Sidewalk Cafe, which was approved. Prior to that, on March 4th, their Roadway Cafe was approved as well. They have, on the sidewalk, they have 8 tables, 16 seats. The Roadway has 9 tables and 28 seats. They have 2 bathrooms and inside 14 tables, 28 chairs. The hours of operation are 11:30 a.m. to 12 midnight every day. And we have signed the stipulation agreeing to close the outside dining to at 10 o'clock every night. There were some structures up during COVID. They have all been removed.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone from the public that has questions for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco, and we recognize that Todd Stein is here for this vote.
Thank you so much. I would like to put a motion. The motion is to approve as presented.
Thank you. You've got seconds, and Miles is going to call the question, and people support that. So let's go ahead and vote on this. If anyone's voting no or abstaining, please let me know. Otherwise, this will go down as a 13-0 approval. All right, great. Thank you very much. Let's head to Pizza 78, doing business as Salvo's.
Yes, that would be me again. So this is Salvo's, which is a pizzeria on the corner of 78th Street and York Avenue. It is a sidewalk cafe, which consists of 8 tables and 24, inside has 8 tables, 24 seats, and 2 stools at the bar. The cafe itself is, I think, six tables and 12 seats, I believe. I have to really check that. But we were approved once again by you on June 3rd. We did agree to the stipulation to close at 10. Their hours are 11 to 10 p.m. Every night. And they did have some structures in the street. They've all been removed.
Thank you. Does anyone from the public have questions for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
I would like to put a motion then to speak. The motion is to approve as presented.
You're seconded.
Okay. Well, I know very well that place, so I think this is completely a restaurant and they close very early. So this is why I strongly support this application. Thank you.
Thank you, Marco.
And would anyone like to call the question? All right, Bill's going to do it. Let's go ahead. If anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining, please let me know. Otherwise, this will go down as a 13-0 approval. All right, thank you. Let's go to Bocado. Is there a representative from Bocado here?
Yes, I'm here again on that one.
So good.
Okay, so this is at 1297 Lexington Avenue between 87th and 88th Street. This is a wine and beer license that they are bringing outside. Once again, alteration application. 4 tables, 12 chairs. Inside, they have 26 tables and 58 chairs and 10 bar stools, 2 bathrooms. There was a structure there. It has been removed. Their hours of operation are 8:30 to 11 p.m. every night. And they have, I think I said, 2 bathrooms.
Okay, thank you very much. Does anyone from the public have questions for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Motion to approve as presented.
Great, and it's seconded. And we got people calling the question. If anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining on this, please let me know. Otherwise, it'll go down as a 13-0 approval. Okay, great. Thank you very much. And Miles, thank you for hopping in there when you do that. I do want to say that we're now going to move to this next part of business. That is all of our liquor license modifications. We're now moving to sidewalk cafes. And then at the end of this section, we have roadway cafes, but we have a number of sidewalk cafes to get through. So let's keep it up because we were doing this at a really good clip and the applications just get a little bit more complex now. So let's first have M Brand Bagels doing business as B&B Bagels. Do we have a representative from this business here?
I don't see the representative online.
Okay, and I know that we've also had some challenges. Let's come back to this one. Let's go to the Supply House. It looks like someone.
Robbie Gillen here. So I'm the majority owner of the Supply House. We've been on Second Avenue between 85th and 86th Street for about 12 years now. During COVID, we did have some tables in front of our establishment. We did not have anything in the street because there's a bus lane in front of us. But we did have during COVID about 3 or 4 Oktoberfest beer garden type tables. The submission we made to the DOT was for 2 beer garden tables with benches and 1 additional round table to be in front of our establishment. We did sign the DOT affidavit. So that's pretty much all I have for you.
Thank you very much. Does anyone from the public have a question for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Yeah, Lindsay, I have a question. I don't know if you did the affidavit about do not cover height or temper the fire safety systems on the sidewalk and roads.
So I believe that for this batch, none of them have that because the affidavits were already in process when
It's in process.
concern was raised at the board. And so none of these applicants have had that put before them. If you'd like, Marco, it might make sense now to ask them to say what you need them to say to make you feel comfortable.
So let me ask that question because I cannot go further than that. The question is, are you willing to sign an affidavit that you are not cover any fire systems on the sidewalk or on the road?
And I don't think we mean sign an affidavit. I think we mean agree to a stipulation here.
Okay, that's fine. Is either one, that's fine.
Okay.
Are you referring to proprietary fire systems or the city fire systems?
No, usually there are some, for instance, the gas bulb is on the sidewalk. Sometimes there is the Siamese connections, the water line, the water bulbs on the sidewalk that one of your tables cover or something like that. And that's basically what it is.
Yeah,
So
understood.
Are you willing to sign something that you are not going to cover those systems?
The diagram that we had to fill out for the DOT did specify that you had to put any such Siamese connections on the diagram. So because I didn't have anything that's not included on the diagram, I'd be happy to.
Yes, so you are willing to do that. Yes, I will support your application. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. And for all the other applicants who are here, if you proactively say in your presentation that you would agree to not obstruct any fire safety regulation necessities, that'll make this move faster. Let's recognize Addison.
I was just going to make a motion to approve as presented with the stipulations that everyone's agreeing to.
Great. We have people who are seconding that. Okay, and Miles is calling the question. So this is for the Supply House. If anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining on this, please let me know. Otherwise, this will go down as a 13-0 approval. Okay, great. Jordan, will you message me if you see bagels come, the B&B bagels?
Yes, I just emailed them,
Okay.
see if they're
All
having
right.
trouble getting on.
Just let me know. Thank you. And now do we have someone from the Stumble Inn? Okay, seeing none for the Stumble Inn. Do we have someone from Nick's Restaurant Pizzeria?
Yes. Hi, Kathleen Stathopoulos again. Yes, so this is Nick's Restaurant and Pizzeria. Their hours of operation are 11:30 a.m., 10 p.m. This is an application for a sidewalk cafe. It would consist of 13 tables and 26 seats. They're at 1814 Second Avenue between 93rd and 94th on the corner of 94th. And the sidewalk cafe would operate on 94th as well as on Second Avenue. Inside, they have 20 tables, 60 seats, and 8 stools at a bar. They have 2 restrooms. Their hours of operation are 11:30 to 10 p.m. every night, so they would have no problem stipulating to close, of course, at 10 p.m. because they're closing at 10 p.m. anyway. And they will not cover any fire systems on the sidewalk or the roadway. And I think that's basically it.
Thank you. Are there any members of the public that have questions for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Thank you. I would like to put a motion then to speak.
You've got seconds?
Oh, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that you're saying that you're not going to cover any fire systems on the sidewalk or on the road. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Would anyone like to call the question? Yes, Judy's doing it. Let's go. If anyone is going to be voting no or abstaining, please let me know. Otherwise, this will go down as a 13-0 approval. All right, let's go to Amber Sushi.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Good evening. Yeah, it's me, James Wang.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Yeah, that one will be Amber Sushi. There will be 6 tables on the 20 seat. So we did submit all of questionnaire to your board. So yeah, we are here to glad to answer any question if you have.
Okay, and you would agree to not obstruct access to any fire safety regulation necessities?
Yes, right.
Wonderful. All right, are there any members of the public that have questions for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Thank you. Motion to approve as presented.
Perfect, you've got a second, and Sasha's calling the question. If anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining, please let me know. Otherwise, this will go down as a 13-0 approval. Great. Let's go to Eat Lexington, doing business as Eli's Essentials.
Hello, that's me again.
Hi.
Okay, so this is a sidewalk cafe application for 10 tables and 20 seats at Eat Lexington 87, doing business as Eli's Essentials at 1291 Lexington Avenue between East 86th and East 87th Street. We'll be using 6 foot 3 inches of a 15 foot 1 inch sidewalk, leaving the required 8 feet of clearance. We agree to close all outdoor seating at 10 o'clock. We have 7 tables and 20 seats inside with 2 restrooms. We will follow all DOT regulations, and no fire equipment or utility access covers will be blocked.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone from the public that has a question for this business? Otherwise, seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Motion to approve as presented.
Great, and that's seconded, and people are calling the question. If anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining on this, please let me know. Otherwise, it'll go down as a 13-0 approval. All right, thank you very much. Let's go to the district.
Yes, this is a sidewalk cafe application for 28 tables and 56 seats for 1679 3rd Avenue Restaurant Court, doing business as the district. We will have 8 tables and 16 seats on the 3rd Avenue side using 5 feet of a 15-foot sidewalk, leaving the required 10-foot clearance. We'll have 20 tables and 40 seats on the 94th Street side using 7 feet of a 15-foot sidewalk, leaving the required 8 feet clearance on that street. We have 27 tables and 56 seats inside with 4 restrooms. 10 o'clock closing on all days. We'll follow DOT regulations, and no fire equipment or utility will be blocked.
Okay, does anyone from the public have questions for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Sasha.
So I see the application says it will be unenclosed. Is that just like open seating, nothing covering it? Because I know previously, you guys, I know there used to be like a canopy thing, I think, and then your roadway was kind of like a wooden structure. So is that just like fully just the tables out on the sidewalk?
Yes, it's just tables out on the sidewalk. They do have a retractable awning, though.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, okay.
So that might be down over them if the weather's not as cooperative, but
Okay.
no structures on the sidewalk. And then the roadway, which is already approved, they're going to be within the DOT guidelines of how to build the new ones for those. So there won't be
Okay.
either.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Marco.
Thank you. Motion to approve as presented.
Okay, thank you. And we've got seconds. And would anyone like to call the question? Yes, it looks like it. All right, so if you're going to be voting no or abstaining on this, please let me know. Sasha.
It'll be no.
All right. So this is going to go down as a 12-1 approval. Thank you very much. And we are now going to go back to the stumble in because I understand that that applicant is here.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, sorry, I couldn't get unmuted earlier. My name's Ryan Jordan. I'm with the Stumble Inn. We've been at 1454 2nd Avenue on the corner of 76th and 2nd since 2008. We're applying for our sidewalk dining cafe for our existing sidewalk cafe. We agree not to block any fire assistance things on the sidewalk. The hours of operation will be from noon till 10 p.m. It has 13 tables and 26 chairs. And it's unenclosed, and we decided not to do our roadway dining again and give all the parking back to our neighbors. So,
Okay. Are there any members of the public that have questions for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
I have a question. Do you have any complaints in 311, this restaurant?
we do not.
Oh, I'm very happy to hear that you behave better. Okay, I will support your application, but I cannot put a motion. Thank you.
Sasha.
What time does the Stumble In kind of turn from like restaurant bar to like bar and dancing? Because I noticed like it looks like maybe kitchen ends at 10 p.m., but I only know the Stumble In is like really a bar that people dance in. So I'm curious what that looks like with like outdoor dining until 10 p.m. and when that shift happens.
The kitchen's open till as late as we're open to. So we're open till 2 a.m. like Sunday through Wednesday. The kitchen will also be open, and Fridays, Saturdays, and we're open later. The kitchen will be open till close as well. Generally on Fridays and Saturday, that's when we have a DJ who starts at 10 p.m. So that would be more of when it would change to the more party vibe, I guess you would say.
So does that mean even though your outdoor dining would be closed, people could still kind of meander in that area?
No, we would like pack up all the tables and keep that side door closed with the security guard, so no one should be really exiting unless.
Thank you.
All right, Dale.
Yes, I was going to say something very similar, because it seems like even though it's not, the outdoor area doesn't have service, a lot of people are still sitting out there very late at night, and I know it can get very loud. So I don't know if they're taking liquor out and sitting there, but if you're saying that you're going to be packing up the tables and chairs, I guess that's a different story. So
Yeah.
you're confirming that you're going to close it down at 10. Great. Okay, thank you.
Let's recognize Bill.
A motion to approve as presented.
Great, thank you. And you have people seconding it. Judy?
Yes, I think we should put in that stipulation that she said that the tables and chairs will be closed at 10, will be taken in at 10, I believe she said. I
Okay,
think that should be an additional, I'm approving the motion, but I think we should put that in as a stipulation since they said that's what they do.
okay, do we feel fine with that as a change to this? All right, so this stipulation is going to read that the outdoor tables and chairs will be, what sort of language do we think? Collected? Removed after 10 p.m.? Removed, okay.
Well, I mean, they'll still be out there, but they'll be like stacked into a corner, so like upside down tables on top of the other ones. So.
Okay, okay, will be made unusable. Okay. All right, thank you very much. So that is the motion and that is the stipulation that we are going to put. Please forgive me, everyone. Did anyone call the question or where are we on that? Marco?
Call the question.
Okay, great, thank you. So this is for the stumble in. If anyone's going to be abstaining or voting no, please let me know. Otherwise, this is going to go down as a 13-0 approval. All right, thank you very much. Okay, let's go back down on the agenda. We're going to be at Bada Cucina, doing business as Bada UES. Is this back to Robert Callahan or is?
That's me again.
Great.
This is a sidewalk cafe application for 6 tables and 12 seats for Botte Cucina, LLC, doing business as Botte Upper East Side, located at 1606 First Avenue, between East 83rd and East 84th Street. We'll be using 5 feet 6 inches of a 13-foot 6-inch sidewalk, leaving the required 8 feet clearance. We have 27 tables and 62 seats inside with 2 restrooms. All outdoor areas will be closed by 10 p.m. We will follow all DOT regulations, and no fire equipment or utility access covers will be blocked at any time.
Thank you very much. Does anyone from the public have a question for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Motion to approve as presented.
Thank you. You've got seconds and people are calling the question. So this is a motion to approve. If anyone wants to vote no or abstain, please let me know. Otherwise, it's going to go down as a 13-0 approval. Okay, great. Thank you very much. Let's now go to Collymore, doing business as 5 Milestone.
Yes, that's me again.
All right.
Did I catch Kathleen yet? This is a sidewalk cafe application for 16 tables and 36 seats for Collymore Inc., doing business as 5 Milestone at 1640 Second Avenue between East 85th and East 86th Street. We'll be using 7 feet of a 15-foot sidewalk on the 85th Street side, leaving a required 8 feet of clearance on that street. We'll be using 7 feet 2 inches of a 15-foot sidewalk on the 2nd Avenue side, leaving over the required 10 feet of clearance. We agree to close all outdoor areas at 10 p.m. We have 44 tables and 116 seats on the inside with 5 restrooms. We'll obey all DOT regulations, and all fire equipment and utility access covers will not be blocked at any time.
All right. Thank you very much. Does anyone from the public have questions for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Robin.
Robert, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Is this mods?
It will be.
Is it 5 Milestone or is it mods?
Right now, it's licensed as 5 Milestone. They are closed for renovations and menu changes, and we will be filing the paperwork to change the DBA to Cafe Mods.
Is that same owners or 2 different owners?
Same owners.
Thank you.
And they're just doing the rebranding.
Thank you very much. Let's go to Marco.
I have a question. Are you planning to use the balconies for dancing? Because that we have to have problems in the past. Are you going to put a stipulation that you're not going to use the The balconies?
The balconies for dancing?
Yeah, they dance and they drink. They do a lot of stuff over there. Are you willing to put a stipulation that you're not gonna use for that?
Yeah, we'll
Because-
stipulate to that.
Okay, thank you. I will support your application.
Okay. Would anyone on the board like to make a motion? Judy? Or,
Yes, move to approve.
great, thank you. We've got seconds and Bill's calling the question. If you're going to be voting no or abstaining on this, please let me know. This is an approval with the stipulation that the outdoor parts are not going to be used for dancing in the balcony. Sasha?
No.
Okay. Thank you very much. This will go down as a 12-1 approval. Let's go to your next, you have the next one, right, Robert? Le Bill Bouquet?
Yes.
Let's do that one, please. Thank you.
Okay, this is a sidewalk application for 6 tables and 13 seats for 27 East Restaurant Holdings LLC, doing business as Fleming by Le Biblioquet. We're located at 27 East 62nd Street between Madison and Park Avenues. We'll be using 7 feet of a 15-foot sidewalk, leaving the 8-foot required clearance. We agree to close all outdoor areas at 10 p.m. Inside, we have 14 tables and 42 seats with 2 restrooms. Will abide by all DOT regulations, and at no time will any fire equipment or utility access covers be blocked.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone from the public that has questions for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Thank you. Motion to approve as presented.
Great, thank you. You've got seconds and people are calling the question. If anyone would like to vote no or abstain on this one, please let me know. Otherwise, it will go down as a 13-0 approval. All right, thank you very much. And Robert, I think we have one more for you. Is that right? Or at least one more?
Well, I have 6 more.
6 more. Okay, great. Well, we'll talk to you we'll talk to you in a little bit. Unless Eli's night shift is yours?
That's mine.
That's okay, keep going.
Okay, this is a sidewalk cafe application for 13 tables and 26 seats for Eat Third Avenue LLC, doing business as Night Shift. Located at 1390 Third Avenue between 79th and East 80th Streets. We'll be using 4 foot 8 inches of the sidewalk, leaving required 8-foot clearance from all the street furniture. The sidewalk is wider there, but there's some street furniture towards the curb, so we have the required 8 feet from that furniture. So the curb is even more. We agree to close all outdoor seating at 10 p.m. We have 1 table with 16 seats inside with 1 restroom. We will follow all DOT regulations, and at no time will any fire equipment or utility access covers be blocked.
Thank you very much. Does anyone from the public have questions for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Motion to approve as presented.
Great. You've got seconds. People are calling the question. If anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining on this, please let me know. Otherwise, this is going to go down as a 13-0 approval. Sasha?
No.
Okay, thank you very much. This will go down as a 12-1 approval. Let's now go to Flex in the City, doing business as Flex Muscles.
So this is a sidewalk cafe application for 16 tables and 32 seats for Flex in the City LLC, doing business as Flex Muscles, located at 1431 3rd Avenue between 80th and East 81st Streets. We'll be using 4 foot 6 inches of a 14-foot 6-inch sidewalk, leaving that's on the 3rd Avenue side, leaving the required 10 feet of clearance. We'll be using 6 feet 1 inch of a 14-foot 1-inch sidewalk on the side street, leaving the required 8 feet of clearance. All seating will close at 10 p.m. We have 17 tables and 50 seats inside with 2 restrooms. We'll follow all DOT regulations, and at no time will any fire equipment or utility access covers be blocked.
All right. Does anyone from the public have a question for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Motion to approve as presented.
Great, there's seconds and people are calling the question. If anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining, please let me know. Sasha?
No.
Great, this will go down as a 12-1 approval. Let's now do Beach Cafe.
This is a sidewalk cafe application for 28 tables and 56 seats for 1326 Restaurant LLC, doing business as Beach Cafe at 1326 First Avenue between 69th and East 70th Streets. We'll be using 10 feet 11 inches of a 28-foot 8-inch sidewalk on the Second Avenue side, leaving 17 feet 9 inches of clearance. We'll be using 7 feet of a 15-foot sidewalk on the 70th Street side, leaving 8 foot of required clearance. This cafe kind of wraps around because the door is not right on the corner. So all the required clearances will be met. The seating will close at 10 p.m. outdoors. We have 15 tables and 40 seats on the inside with 2 restrooms. We will follow all DOT regulations, and at no time will any fire equipment or utility access be blocked.
Thank you very much. I see one member of the public. If anyone else is there and wants to comment on this applicant, please raise your hand, but let's recognize Hillary iPhone.
Larry, you should have gotten a prompt to unmute. Try it again. See it turning on and then off really quick. Let's try it one more time, Hillary. Okay, so I'm gonna press it. Don't press the button twice. And then you should be able to press it now.
All right, while we figure this out, oh, there we are, Hillary. We can see your face. Now you just have to unmute.
Do you see the prompt that pops up on your screen? Do you press it? She's still trying to press it. Do you want me to have her chat the question?
That would be great if she can chat the question.
Hillary, feel free to type it out to me, and then I will relay to the committee.
While she's doing this communication piece, are there any questions from the board on this application? Otherwise, I suggest we move to the next one and then come back with these concerns. All right, let's let Hillary and Jordan figure this out. We're going to pause on Beach Cafe, but I understand that Mr. Callahan, you have the next one as well, right?
Yes.
Let's do that.
Okay, so this is a sidewalk application, sidewalk cafe application for 8 tables and 16 seats for Le Biblique, New York, LLC, doing business as Le Biblique at 20 East 60th Street. We'll be using 2 foot 10 inches of a 12-foot 10-inch sidewalk, leaving 10 feet of clearance, using small cafe tables. The outdoor seating will close at 10 p.m. We have 38 tables and 136 seats inside with 3 restrooms. We'll follow all DOT regulations, and at no time will any fire equipment or utility access coverage be blocked.
All right, are any members of the public here for questions for this application? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Thank you. Motion to approve as presented.
Great, and you've got seconds, and people would like to call a question. This is a motion to approve. If anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining, please let me know. Otherwise, it will go down as a 13-0 approval. Okay, a 13-0 for this one. And then let's go back to Beach Cafe, and I'm going to read the question that we have from Hillary, who's having trouble connecting here. She says, we noticed not only chairs and tables on the 70th Street side and also planters, big tent signs, and other furniture that takes up a lot of the sidewalk, making it very hard to walk. There is also the subway stop and many people traffic going to and from hospitals. Mr. Callahan, would you like to address that in reference to the Beach Cafe application?
So I spoke to the owner, David, about anything that's not tables and chairs being out there. The big planters were being removed, anything else, sidewalk signs, A-frames and that such. He's agreed that he's going to remove those as well.
Okay, so I imagine you'd agree to a stipulation that says that those things would be removed?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Let's go to Judy.
I'd like to make a motion to approve. And if it's seconded, I'll speak.
Okay, it's seconded.
Okay, now you're putting that in as a stipulation to the motion to approve, right?
Yep.
Okay, that was my question.
Okay, let's go to Marco.
Call the question.
All right. This is a motion to approve. If anyone would be voting no or voting to abstain on this question, please let me know. Sasha?
Voting no.
Okay, thank you very much. This is going to go down as a 12-0 approval. All right. Is that, Mr. Callahan, you have two more, is that right?
Yes.
All right, let's do Rathbones.
Okay, Rathbones is sidewalk cafe application for 8 tables and 16 seats. For Rathbones ARD LLC, doing business as Meller's Sports Hub and Grill at 1702 2nd Avenue, East 88th Street, East 90th Street. We'll be using 6 foot 2 inches of a 20 foot 2 inch sidewalk, leaving a required 10 foot clearance from any street furniture. On that street, there's a bench and a tree pit, so we have to do it smaller. So we have 10-inch clearances from both of those. Indoors, we have 17 tables and 50 seats with 2 restrooms. We'll follow all DOT regulations, and no fire equipment or utility access covers will be blocked at any time.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone from the public that has questions for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Motion to approve as presented.
Great, it's seconded and people are calling the question. This is a motion to approve. If anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining, please let me know. Otherwise, it's going to go down as a 13-0 approval. Great, and so we're at our last one, I believe, for you tonight, which is Gnocchi House. And I just wanted to say thank you very much for being always efficient in the presentation of the information. And in the future, I understand that I think 7 of the businesses had a hard time getting things into Jordan when she asks. It makes her job and everyone in CB8's office way easier if all those things are put in on time. So in the future, if you all can do that, that'll make everything smoother.
We are trying our best. Some of these people are just not good with paperwork, and
You're managing a lot. Let's hear Gnocchi House. I ate there last week. Very excited.
okay. This is a sidewalk cafe for 6 tables and 12 seats for Gnocchi House NY Inc., doing business as Gnocchi Bar, located at 1431 First Avenue between East 74th and East 75th Street. We'll be using 5 foot 5 inches of a 15 foot 5 inch sidewalk, leaving the required 10 feet clearance for pedestrians. All outdoor seating will close at 10 p.m. There are 23 tables and 62 seats inside with 2 restrooms. We will follow all DOT regulations, and at no time will any fire equipment or utility covers be blocked.
All right, thank you very much. Does anyone from the public have questions for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Motion to approve as presented.
Great, that's seconded and people are calling the question. This is a motion to approve. If anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining, please let me know. Otherwise, it'll go down as a 13-0 approval. Great, thank you. Let's now go to Patsy's Pizzeria Restaurant.
Hi guys, how are you? I'm Brandon Munoz. I'm the manager for Patsy's. Patsy's has been here for 22 years, since 2003. I know you guys probably know more than me. I've been here only 2 years. So we are thinking of doing outdoor seating for 2 tables and 4 seats. It's a small size. It's only a 12 feet front. There's a 10 feet of clearance. And we won't be covering anything fire system related. We do have a system in the front, but we won't be covering that.
Okay, thank you very much. If there's anyone from the public that has questions for this applicant, please let me know. Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Motion to approve as presented.
Great, you've got seconds and people calling the question. This is a motion to approve. If anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining, please let me know. Otherwise, this will go down as a 13-0 approval. And Sasha, I want to make sure that I might have said this wrong earlier. On the Beach Cafe, it's a 12-1 because Sasha, you're a no. I had it in the minutes. I'm sorry, I said that incorrectly. But this one, we're back here at Patsy's, is going to be a 13-0 approval. Okay, great. Let's go to Shalazar, doing business as Persepolis.
I don't see the representative or owner, at least not a name.
Okay. While we look for that, let's go to Sushigama.
Hi. Hi, this is Mars Chen. I'm the manager of the Sushi Gama restaurant located at 1403 2nd Avenue, the cross of 73rd Street. I'm here for a renewal application for an unclosed sidewalk cave, which have 9 tables and 18 chairs. We are here for almost 9 years. So far, we have no complaint from our neighbor, and we open from 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. weekday, and Friday and Saturday, 12 to 11 p.m. We will close outdoor dining at 10 p.m. every day. So our restaurant inside have 22 tables and 66 chairs, include 11 bar chairs. So there's no blocking from any fire system from the sidewalk.
Okay, thank you very much. And I understand that the application was originally missing a notarized affidavit. Have you got this in the board office? Perfect. If there's anyone from the public that has questions for this applicant, please let me know. Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Motion to approve as presented.
Great, that's seconded and people are calling the question. If anyone would like to vote no or abstain on this application, please let me know. Otherwise, it will go down as a 13-0 approval. All right, let's, Jordan, just please make me aware if Persepolis joins.
They're
or if
here.
I need to come back. They're here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's do Shalazar Persepolis.
Hello, hi, I'm here.
Hi.
Hi, yes, this is 1407 2nd Avenue between 73rd and 74th. We stop, bid and sign everything. We have 10 seats and 4 tables outside.
Okay, and you would agree to not obstruct access to any fire safety regulation necessities?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is there anyone from the public that has questions for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Thank you. Motion to approve as presented. And thank you for asking the question. Thank you.
All right, we got seconds. We got people calling the question. Yes. If anyone would like to vote no or abstain on this application, please let me know. Otherwise, it's going to go down as a 13-0 approval. All right, great, thank you. Let's go to our next applicant, which is Carnegie Hill, doing business as Le Pon. Do we have a representative from this business here? Okay, we will circle back if we get one. Let's go to Shea Nick. Is there an applicant representative from Shea Nick here?
Hi, everyone. Bobby from Shea Nick. I'm one of the owners. We're applying for our sidewalk to do 13 tables, 41 chairs. We're on the corner of 91st and York, 1737 York Avenue. Been there since 2020. We opened in February that year. So, been there a little while, gone through some stuff. The roadway cafe is removed It's just sidewalk, and we won't cover any of the fire stuff or anything like that.
Okay. Is there anyone from the public that has questions for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Thank you. I would like to put a motion then to speak.
All right, you've been seconded.
Okay, Robert, I think thank you so much for removing all the COVID infrastructure. I think it looks nice now. It's better for your business, and I wish the best. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Are there any other members of the board that... Oh, wait, you made a motion to speak to it. Does anyone want to call a question? Thanks. Sorry, everyone. I'm doing too many things. I'm like typing out stuff and yes. Okay. If anyone's voting no or abstaining, please let me know. Otherwise, this is going to go down as a 13-0 approval. Sasha?
Voting no.
Okay, thank you. This will then be a 12-1 approval. All right, let's move on to our next piece, which is, yes.
APQ Carnegie is here.
Okay, great. Let's do that.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Great. Yeah. So 10 tables, 20 chairs, 88th Street, 112 seats indoors. That's it, pretty much. It's unenclosed. But that's at 6:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. are the hours of operation. And that's about it, unless you have any other questions for me.
Would you agree to a stipulation that you'll not obstruct access to any fire safety regulation necessities?
Yeah, we've already adhered to that via the DOT guidelines, so 100% yes.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
If there's anyone from the public that has questions for this applicant, please let me know. Otherwise, let's go to Judy.
I'm sorry, I didn't get the whole address. Where is this place located?
It's 1309 Lexington between 88th and 87th, La Pan Quotidian,
Ah, okay.
Belgian bakery.
Thank you. Didn't get it. Thank you.
Sure.
All right, Marco.
Motion to approve as presented.
Great, you've got seconds and people will call the question. This is a motion to approve. If anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining, please let me know. Otherwise, it'll go down as a 13-0 approval. All right, thank you very much. Let's go now to Sophia 61st, doing business as Serafina Always.
Camille, you should have gotten a prompt to unmute.
Hi, yes. For Sophia 61st, I have Kevin DeCasal, who's going to be speaking on this particular application. He's on this call.
Kevin, you got a prompt?
Yes, I got it. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, good evening. I'm Kevin Del Casal. I'm the compliance director for the Serafina Management Group, and this location, which is located at 33 East 61st Street. Yes, our original application was for, I believe, like 8 tables and 16 chairs, but after filing and review from DOT, we had to reduce to 3 tables and 6 chairs.
Okay, so that is different than what we have, I think, in our agenda, but you're saying this will be 3 tables and how many chairs?
6 chairs.
6 chairs, okay. Thank you very much. And this is for the location at 33 East 61st Street.
Yes, that's correct.
Thank you.
We'll follow all of the DOT regulations, and we will not block any fire equipment.
Okay. If there's anyone from the public that has questions for this applicant, please let me know. Otherwise, seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Motion to approve as presented.
All right, and we've got seconds. I see people calling the question. This is a motion to approve. If anyone's going to be voting no, please, or abstaining, please let me know. Otherwise, it'll go down as a 13-0 approval.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Let's now go to Brasserie Cognac East, the outdoor sidewalk cafe application.
Yes, that will be me. My name is Camille Evangelista. presenting on behalf of Brasserie Cognac, 963 Lexington Avenue. This is for Outdoor Sidewalk Cafe, 10 tables, 20 chairs. This is approximately 115 square feet, and the allowance of 8 feet has been accounted for. The applicant agrees to not obstruct any fire systems, and they have signed the affidavit to abide by all rules and regulations.
Thank you very much. If there's any members of the public that have a question for this applicant, please let me know. Otherwise, let's recognize Marco.
Motion to approve as presented.
All right. And we have people seconding it. Judy?
I'm sorry, she didn't mention what street, cross street they're at.
Oh, yes, this is between 70th and 71st.
Thank you.
Thank you. Would anyone like to call the question on this motion? Sasha's saying yes. All right. This is a motion to approve. If anyone would like to vote no or abstain, please let me know. Otherwise, it's going to go down as a 13-0 approval. All right. Thank you very much. Let's go to Serafina 79th Corner, doing business as Tokugawa. Is the applicant representative from this business here?
Yes, that would be me again.
Great.
Yes, so this is Serafina 79th Tokugawa, and this is also Sidewalk Cafe. I see that it says 16 tables, 32 chairs, but that should be 17 tables and 34 seats.
Okay.
This is approximately 275 square feet, and also the allotted 8-foot has been accounted for in this setup. The hours of operation will be 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. The applicant agrees to not obstruct any fire systems and likewise have signed the affidavit abiding by rules and regulations necessary.
Okay. If there's any members from the public that have questions or comments for this applicant, please let me know. Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Motion to approve as presented.
Great, that's seconded. And we'll have people call the question. Very good. This is a motion to approve. If anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining on this, please let me know. Sasha?
Voting no.
Thank you very much. This will be a 12-1 approval. Let's now go to Dilly T, doing business as LS Cafe.
I don't know if you could hear me.
I can hear you now.
Okay, perfect. I'm Daniel. I'm representing Ella's Cafe, 1465 2nd Avenue, between 76th and 77th Street. Our hours are from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. during the week, and then Saturday and Sundays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. We will not obstruct any fire systems on the sidewalk. We play no live music. We sign the affidavit, and then we have 4 tables, 8 seats, 1 bench outside, and then 14 tables, 28 seats inside, and we will follow all DOT regulations.
Okay, and you wouldn't obstruct any access to fire safety regulation?
No. Yeah, we will not obstruct any.
Okay. I also understand that there were some outstanding things to the board office. Were you able to get all your materials in?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. If there's any members from the public that have questions for this applicant, please let me know. Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Motion to approve as presented. Thank you.
Great. That's being seconded, and people are calling the question. This is a motion to approve. If anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining, please let me know. Otherwise, it will go down as a 13-0 approval. Okay, great. We're now going to go to the toolbox. Is there a representative from the toolbox here?
Hey, good evening. This is the application for Matt Bar INC, aka the Toolbox Bar. It's located in 1742 2nd Avenue. We were there for over 30 years. The application is about a renewal of the Sidewalk Cafe. It's an enclosed for 2 tables and 4 chairs. We have a clear path of 10 feet between us and the sidewalk for the customer. We are not blocking any fire system or utilities box. And we are following the guidelines of the DOT regulations for the outdoor seating.
Thank you very much. If there's anyone from the public that has questions for this applicant, please let me know. Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Motion to approve as presented.
Thank you very much. That's seconded, and people will call the question. If anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining on this one, please let me know. Otherwise, it will go down as a 13-0 approval. Okay, great. Also, everyone on the board, I am so thrilled with how this is going. We just got through 26 applications in this one piece. Let's keep it going. The next one is Shira LLC, doing business as Patisserie Vanessa.
Hi, Mark here from Patisserie Vanessa. We are at 1340 Lexington Avenue at the corner of 89 for a terrace that's been there for a couple of years on the street side, leaving 8 feet of clearance, and we will not be covering any fire safety devices.
Okay, and I understand that there was like a challenge getting everything into the board office. Has that been remedied? Yes, Jordan says it has. If there's anyone from the public that has questions for this applicant, please let me know. Otherwise, let's go to Marco.
Motion to approve as presented.
Thank you. That's seconded, and people will call the question. Very good. This is a motion to approve. If anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining on this one, please let me know. Otherwise, it will go down as a 13-0 approval. All right, let's next move to MAVIDO, doing business as Mediterraneo. Do we have a representative from this business?
Yes.
All right, tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
This is Mr. Remo Max Starchi. We've been in the 1262nd Avenue corner, 66th Street. We have been here in this location for the last 33 years. And we are asking for 22 tables and 44 seats. And we will not obstruct any Siamese or fire equipment or an house that is not in accordance with the DOT.
Okay, and I understand that we had challenges getting all your paperwork in. Has that been all submitted? Yes, Jordan says yes. Is there anyone from the public that has questions for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Motion to approve as presented.
Great,
It's just
thank-
only one clarification that he has to say completely. I think he's confusing with the regulations of DOT. And the fire safety is far away from that. But we understand, I think that's what he tried to mean.
So, Mr. Sacha, you'd agree to the stipulation that says you wouldn't obstruct access to any fire
Thank you.
regulation necessities?
Absolutely not.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Yep.
Okay. The motion has been made. Judy is seconding it. Someone else would call the question. Sasha, Robin, great, let's do that. This is a motion to approve. If anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining, please let me know. Sasha,
Voting no.
thank you very much. All right, this will go down as a 12-1 approval. Let's now go to Luma, doing business as Lusardi's.
You're unmuted.
Hello, hi, Harry Callion here. Sorry about that. My video on. Hi there, Harry Callion here. This is Luma Rest Inc. Doing business as Lusardi's. Lusardi's has been a neighborhood institution for many, many years. This is the Lusardi family. This is an application for a DOT sidewalk cafe with 10 tables, 20 seats. The address is 1494 2nd Ave between 77th and 78th. They will not, I'm sorry, the sidewalk cafe is 10 feet 3 inches by 20 foot by 3 inches, leaving 10 foot of clearance. Closing hours are 10 p.m. daily, no changes to indoor hours. They will not obstruct access to any fire regulation necessities and comply with all DOT and fire department rules and regulations including not covering any gas valves. All the application materials have been submitted. All notices have been posted. And that's it.
Thank you very much. If there is anyone from the public that has a question for this applicant, please let me know. Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Motion to approve as presented.
Thank you. That's seconded. And Bill.
Pongo el aire.
Call question.
All right, this is a motion to approve. If anyone's going to be abstaining or voting no, please let me know. Otherwise, it will go down as a 13-0 approval.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Let's now go to Mark II Restaurant doing business as the Mark.
Rena, you should have gotten a prompt to unmute. Try again.
Okay, while that's getting figured out, is there someone here from Caviar Caspia at the Mark, or is that going to be the same?
That's also, yeah, it's going to be the same. I don't know if she can hear. I sent her a message. I'll try to email her, see if she can.
Okay.
She seems having trouble.
Thank you. Let's now do Chessa doing businesses Bedford Falls. Do we have a representative from that business? Looks like Liam, maybe.
Hi, I'm Liam. I'm Liam McLaughlin from Bedford Falls Bar and Grill, one of the owners here. This is an application for a sidewalk cafe located at 206 East 67th Street between 2nd and 3rd Avenue. We're requesting 4 tables and 16 chairs with 10 feet of clearance. We will not be blocking any fire equipment systems, and we will follow all DOT regulations.
Great, thank you very much. Is there anyone from the public that has questions for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Motion to approve as presented.
Great, that's seconded, and Bill is calling the question. All right. If anyone would like to vote no or abstain on this applicant, please let me know. Otherwise, it'll go down as a 13-0 approval. All right, thank you very much. Let's now go to Freya doing business as the Freya.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, my name is Ajima Mombun Miller. I'm here for a sidewalk application for Tapraya Thai restaurant. The address is 1553 2nd Avenue between 80th and 81st Street. Right now we have indoor 30 tables, 60 chairs, 2 bathrooms. We plan to have 4 tables outside with 8 seats with the space 9 feet by 10 feet. The hour of operation right now is 11:30 until 10:30 from Sunday to Thursday, and Friday to Saturday is until Sunday to Thursday until 10:30 and Friday, Saturday 11:30, but we will close for sidewalk by 10 p.m. We will follow all DOT regulations. We don't block all the fire system, no fire utilities outside. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone from the public that has questions for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Motion to approve as presented.
Great, thank you. We've got seconded and people are calling the question. This is a motion to approve. If anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining, please let me know. Otherwise, it'll go down as a 13-0 approval. All right. Let's go back now. We have the applicant from the Mark. So let's start with the Mark II restaurant doing business as the Mark.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much. Sorry, we had the difficulties to be on mute. Good evening. My name is Etienne Harrow. I'm the general manager of the Mark Hotel. I'm here representing Mark II Restaurant LLC, doing business as the Mark Restaurant, located 25 East 77th Street, which is between 5th Avenue and Madison Avenue, for the outdoor dining application for a sidewalk cafe, unenclosed. The application consists of unenclosed or 2 tables, unenclosed, and 4 seats. The outdoor operating hours are Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Sunday 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Inside the Mark restaurant, there's 107 seats and 37 tables. There are 2 bathrooms available. We'll comply with all DOT and fire regulations, and no fire utility will be blocked. And we have removed all previous COVID structures.
Thank you very much. Are there any members of the public that have questions for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Motion to approve as presented.
Thank you. That's seconded, and people are calling the question. This is a motion to approve. If anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining, please let me know. Otherwise, it's going to go down as a 13-0 approval. All right, thank you very much. Let's now head to the next application.
It's me again, indeed, representing this time CK PNYC LLC, doing business as Caviar Caspia at the Mark, located 992 Madison Avenue at the corner of Madison Avenue and 77th Street for the outdoor dining application for a sidewalk cafe. The application consists of an enclosed 4 tables and 8 seats. The outdoor operating hours will be Monday to Friday, 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Inside Caviar Caspia, there are 24 tables and 36 seats. There are 3 bathrooms available, and we will comply, of course, with all DOT and fire regulations, and no fire equipment will be blocked, and we've removed all previous COVID structures.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone from the public that has questions for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Motion to approve as presented. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for all you do for the community. Have a good evening.
Not yet. Not yet.
That is seconded. And people are calling the question. All right, this is a motion to approve. If anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining, please let me know. Otherwise, it's going to go down as a 13-0 approval. Great. Let's go to EJ's Luncheonette.
Hi, I'm Rick Durmark. I'm representing EJ's Luncheonette. We're located at 1271 3rd Avenue on the corner of 73rd and 3rd. 29 tables inside, seating 99, which includes 10 at a counter. We're applying for a small sidewalk cafe of 4 tables and 10 seats. Hours of operation are 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily. And we will definitely not block any fire systems.
Great, I'm glad to hear it. If there's anyone from the public that has questions for this applicant, please let me know. Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Motion to approve as presented.
Thank you, that's seconded, and people are calling the question. If anyone would like to vote no or abstain, please let me know. Otherwise, this is going to be a motion to approve and go down as a 13-0 approval. Great, thank you. Let's have the next business, which is the Isle of Us. Is there a representative from that business here?
Yes, I'm here.
Great. You maybe need to get unmuted again. So Jordan, can you send one more? There you go.
Okay. Hi, my name is Lyle Richards. I'm the managing operator for 1481 3rd Avenue IOU LLC, which is doing business as Isle of Us, which is on the corner of 3rd Avenue and 84th Street. We're applying in this meeting for an uncovered roadway, which uses approximately 8 feet in the parking lane for 2 tables and 4 seats. Our hours are 7:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. and we've signed the affidavit saying we'll close before 10. We have 9 tables inside and 22 seats inside and 2 bathrooms, and we're compliant with all the DOT regulations and requests. And no fire safety regulation necessities and access covers will be obstructed. Previously, we had a 9-table and 20-seat roadway, and we moved it when the DOT required as 3rd Avenue was repaved, and we have no complaints or 311 calls.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Listen to enough of these.
Is there anyone, let's go ahead and mute Richard. Is there anyone from the public that has questions for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Motion to approve as presented.
Okay, great. Thank you. That's seconded, and people call the question.
This is a motion to approve. If anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining, please let me know. Otherwise, it'll go down as a 13-0 approval. Okay, thank you very much. Let's now go to Rob Tess Restaurant doing business as Reef's Tavern. Do we have an applicant or representative?
Robert, you should be unmuted.
Can you hear me?
He is unmuted. Robert?
Yes. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, sorry about that. My name is Robert Reif. I am a part owner of Rob Tess Restaurant Corporation, doing business at Reif's Tavern. We're located at 302 East 92nd Street between 2nd and 1st Ave. We're applying for a roadway cafe that includes 3 tables and 10 chairs. No fire safety access and equipment will be obstructed. We've signed an affidavit for the DOT.
Okay, and you'd agree not to cover any of the fire safety, you would not obstruct any access to fire safety regulation necessities?
Yes, we agree.
Okay, great. If there's anyone from the public that has questions for this applicant, please let me know. Before I recognize Marco, I did have a neighbor reach out and ask that I put their feedback here, which was, in the 10 years in the neighborhood, I've never seen this bar crowded. However, in the 4 years as a next door neighbor, it's managed to be more of a noisy nuisance than any bar I've ever lived near. Backyard noise is audible from the top floor of nearby buildings on a regular basis. Screaming and shouting can be heard several nights a week, and rarely sounds of jubilation. I've witnessed 2 fistfights occur outside the bar and have seen several of the patrons involved outside on a regular basis. This includes a fist fighter who also is a doorman at a nearby building. What this bar desperately needs is security. When the bar did have an outdoor street-facing space, it was just a place for litter, cigarette butts, and patrons to hang out noisily. I'd like the board to recommend the bar hire regular security to maintain the order of its patrons. I'd like the board to recommend adherence to better maintenance of noise impacts on nearby neighbors. Observing this bar may not need the extra space for capacity reason. I'd ask the board to inquire whether the bar needs outdoor spaces to accommodate patrons. So I don't know if there's anything in there that you'd like to respond to.
I mean, there's one individual we've had problems with. We've actually complained to 911 or 311 about them too. They've been throwing stuff at customers from windows. Our backyard is closed during certain, like, the appropriate hours, and then the front, we've closed the front. We lock up all the furniture in the front. We do everything we can to make sure that nobody hangs out there.
Okay, and if I could pass along, do you think there'd be a capacity for you to abide by a stipulation that says you'd have a better effort on the security front for the outdoor patrons?
Yes.
Okay. Is there, I'm sorry, I actually already asked for the public. Let's now go to Marco.
Thank you. I have a question. Are you using at any time the rear yard?
The backyard is used for people from the building.
For the building or for your business?
It is like, so it's part of our, so we are part of the building. So I mean,
So you're using the rear yard, is that correct?
Yes, yes.
Well, do you have a certificate of occupancy that allows you to do that?
Yes, we do.
You do? You have it?
Yeah, we've had it. So we've had a license for the backyard use because we've been in business since 1943. So that was included in that from what we've learned from the fire department.
No. This is DOB. And in order to operate
know
in the rear, usually you must have a letter of no objection from DOB saying that you can use the rear yard, or you have a certificate of occupancy saying that you are using the rear yard.
So we've dealt with this issue maybe 2 years ago. We've hired a lawyer. We've had all the paperwork applied and everything. So I mean, from what I gather, all that was resolved.
Well, I'm going to tell you, my position will be, I'm going to abstain, and in the full board, I will recheck your application. And if I find that they do not have anything legal to use the rear yard, I will oppose. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Let's go to Judy.
Well, if he has paperwork saying that he can use the rear yard, I think that needs to be submitted to the board office. Maybe this item should be tabled until the proper paperwork is submitted until next month, because that's a big question, using the rear yard without proof that he actually has the proper paperwork. He can't go back to 1947 and say, they did it then, so now I can do it. I mean, I can't make a motion to table it now because I spoke, but maybe somebody else can table it for next month, and maybe he can get that paperwork to Jordan at the office.
So thank you for that, Judy. Here's the position that we're in. This is an application for a new roadway cafe. It's not on that outdoor dining. And what I understand from the board office is that this can't be tabled because it's due tomorrow at the Department of Transportation as per its 40-day timeline. So I think
Well, what happens if we don't act until next month? I mean, do they automatically deny it if they don't hear from us? Do they automatically approve it? What do they do?
I think the default is more towards the automatic approval than the automatic denial. And so it would probably be best for us to weigh in on this, because if we don't make anything, then it just goes without any input from us.
Well, then maybe we should take a position on the roadway dining, but also request rather firmly that these people come back next month with the proper paperwork for the rest of their property.
All right, so would you?
But I can't do that.
Yeah, no, I'm going to ask a question of the applicant. Would you agree to a stipulation that says you'd be willing to submit the proper paperwork to operate in the back of the restaurant?
Yes, of course. I would just need to talk to my lawyer.
Okay, but you'll agree to the stipulation that that could be produced by the full board meeting?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And to make sure that I get this language correct, Marco, it's going to be that they're going to produce a certificate of occupancy from the Department of Buildings for the use of the rear yard. Let's unmute Marco so I don't have to play mouth reader.
Thank you. You had to say that he has to provide a letter of no objection using the rear yard or a certificate of occupancy. Either document is fine.
Okay, thank you very much. That is now reflected in the stipulations. So there's a stipulation to increase efforts on security, and then a stipulation, to produce a certificate of occupancy or a letter of no objection for use of the rear yard by the time of the July full board meeting. Let's go to Addison.
Yeah, I'm just going to make that motion to approve with the two stipulations of increased control over rowdy patrons and producing some form of documentation for that access.
All right, that is the motion. Judy?
Now, if we don't get that paperwork by our full board meeting, then what happens to this resolution?
Well, we could pass another resolution that says that we deny it. It doesn't matter. The DOT wouldn't look at it. But I think what might be the only sort of recourse there would be to say that we could have our relevant elected officials look into the actual ability for them to do this or to talk to the Department of Buildings.
Okay, thank you.
So we have a motion to approve. If there's anyone who would like to call the question, please let me know. Okay, Robin, I see that. So this is a motion to approve. If anyone is going to be voting no or abstaining on this motion, please let me know. Marco.
I'm going to abstain.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's go to Sasha.
I'm gonna vote no. I'm just not comfortable with a bar having, like, even if they submit the paperwork, to have noise both on the outside, street side, and backside of a building. That's very difficult for residents, and also very unusual. So it's a no, regardless of if they have the paperwork.
Okay, thank you. Robin?
Voting no, Lindsay.
Thank you. Judy?
I'm abstaining, and after the voting is over, I have a question.
Okay, thank you very much. We have another abstention. Miles?
I'm also gonna be abstaining.
Okay. Sorry, everyone, I'm just catching up with the copy paste of doing the minutes in real time. And then I will also be voting no. So we are going to be at 1, 2, 3. Todd Stein?
I'm voting no.
Okay. So we are going to be in a 1, 2,
Lindsay?
3. Yes.
Danielle Avasar also just messaged me saying voting no.
Okay, great, thank you. And Danielle, in the future, you can just like use the raise hand icon and she should be able to call on you. So we are now in a position where we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 voting yes. We have 3 abstaining, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 voting no. This seems like this is still a no position that's gonna then go up to the Department of Transportation. We can accept that, we can make an alternative motion, but this is where we're at. Judy?
Yeah, let's put a motion on the floor to disapprove since there are so many people not in favor of it.
Okay. This is a motion to disapprove. Did anyone want to second that? Marco is seconding it, and maybe someone would call the question. I see Robin calling the question. Okay. So this is now going to be a motion to disapprove. This is where if you're voting yes, it's a no. If you are going to be abstaining or voting no on this, please let me know. Addison?
No.
Thank you. Okay, and is anyone going to be abstaining or voting no? DJ?
Also voting no, thanks.
Okay. Bill?
No.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so this motion then carries with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Judy?
I'm sorry, finish your count and then I have a question.
It was going to be a 10-3 disapproval.
Okay, so can we invite them to come back to us and can we discuss their whole application? Inside, outside, front, back? It doesn't seem like we've done that.
That's something that I feel like we'd have to ask Will about because I'm not sure of what's happened since I've only been
So
here for
maybe you
years.
could explore that a little further.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, apparently the community doesn't seem to be happy, and maybe the area needs to be posted, and people need a chance to come out and give their thoughts on it.
Okay. I think that sounds fine by me. Jordan, can you ask Will what the like history on this one has been?
Yes, I will make a note to ask him.
Okay. All right. Let's now go to Satellip Restaurant doing business as Talache.
Lindsay, they had withdrawn their application.
Okay, great. Thank you. Sorry, I hadn't seen that.
That's fine.
Let's go on then to MHH doing business as La Asteria.
I sent an email a little bit ago because I don't see them on the Zoom. If you are here for Losteria, if you can please go to the react icon and press the raise hand button to identify yourself, and I should be able to send you a prompt to unmute.
Okay. I don't see anyone waving there. I want us, before we go on to the cannabis licenses, we have a few orders of business that we were giving people the opportunity to show up for, but they didn't yet do that. So let's go back to the top before we move on to cannabis licensing. We need to make a motion on M Brand Bagels LLC doing business as B&B Bagels. They did not show up to the meeting. Jordan, can you give us an update on if they have everything in?
Yes, they do have everything in. They flyered. I spoke to the representative who said that the owner would be attending, and he gave me the owner's name, but I do not see the owner on here. Once again, if you are present for B&B Bagels, please press the react icon at the bottom of your screen and press the raise hand feature to identify yourself.
Okay, while that might be getting figured out, let's go to Miles.
I just had a question because I remember this business being a problem, I think, in the last Street Life, and I'm sorry if I missed it, but hasn't this business been a recurring problem? And I'm not sure if it's the same one we talked about at Full Board, but
Miles, you are correct. This was tabled
okay.
in June. We invited them back in July. Jordan has reached out. They said they would come in July, and it seems as if there's some. We discussed them in the full board, I think,
Yeah, I
and
think so, yeah.
yeah, and they've just
And
not come.
I remember they didn't give cause for not being here the first time, and seemingly they're not giving cause again. So, I don't know the rules on it, but I'm inclined to simply decline their proposal just based off of this.
Okay, thank you. So maybe someone else on the board would make a motion that reflects that. But let's hear from Judy.
I move to disapprove.
All right, and Marco would second it. Would we like to call the question? This is a motion to disapprove M Brand Bagels doing business as B&B Bagels. If anyone is going to be, we called the question, sorry, did we do that? Yes? Okay, thank you, Miles. And if anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining on this question, please let me know. DJ.
I'm gonna abstain on this one, thanks.
Okay. All right. So this is gonna go down as a 12-1 disapproval. Okay, and now we need to figure out if is there anything else in the agenda that we had to circle back on that wasn't cannabis? Jordan, do you have anything?
No, everything else, everyone ended up showing up.
Okay. No, okay. Okay. Let's then go to our first cannabis applicant, which is Toast Tree LLC. And I think I see Matt Leonardo. We just need to unmute. Yep. All right.
Hi, thank you very much. This is Matt Leonardo. I'm the attorney for Toast Street LLC. It's an applicant for an adult use cannabis retail dispensary at 1584 York Ave between 83rd and 84th. It is a 2,000 square foot, it's a 2-floor dispensary. The first floor is 2,000 square feet, which would be used for the dispensary operations, the retail sales. The basement is also 2,000 square feet, which would be used for secure storage, office, and security. This is a card license, a conditional adult use retail dispensary license. The card holder name is Lorenzo Pabone. He's a 51% owner. 49% owner is another entity called Basic Buds LLC, which has 2 members, Oriel Sigelman Balanek and Alex Byman. The proposed hours for the dispensary are 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday and noon to 9 on Sunday. We submitted a affidavit on the delivery attesting that we would not use e-bikes. In fact, we don't plan on having delivery at all. But if that is to change, then we will commit to not using e-bikes. We submitted the lease and the other requested documentation. So I'm here to answer any questions you may have.
Okay, thank you very much. Is there anyone from the public that has questions for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Sasha.
Have any of the owners or principals of this new dispensary been involved in other dispensary enterprises or other smoke shops in the past?
No.
Before, like, okay, so it's a brand new enterprise
Brand new
for
enterprise,
everyone.
and one of the owners is a resident in the community board 8, but the other owners are not, and so this is they.
And you said the two levels, one is the storage one and then the regular retail. Okay, thank you.
All right, let's go to Marco.
Thank you. Are you aware that you are 1 block away of one school, high school?
We are not
It's in
close to
East
any.
End Avenue. It's right there, the Chapin School. And this place, let me tell you one more thing. This place, we having one of the serious problems in our community. After that we fight many times, finally Saloon left. And now you're gonna bring more problems to our neighborhood. I think it's very sad to see that. I'm sorry, sir.
Okay, let's go to Miles.
Oh, I just wanted to point out, I think a public member was raising their hand.
Oh,
I think iPhone, and Maria, I think were both raising their hands.
okay, thank you. So if you're joining and you want to speak on this and you're a member of the public, what you need to do is go down to the bottom. You're going to see things that you can do as a reaction. And if you pick raise hand, that'll be the fastest way for me to see you. Thank you, Miles, for playing eyes on the ground for this. Let's do Robin, and then hopefully the members of the public can figure out how to get their hands up so we can hear from people and know who they are. Robin?
Thank you, Lindsay. Matt, I wanted to ask you if your clients are aware of the number of cannabis shops going up and down East 86th Street.
Yeah, we are. I think that we also work with another attorney who you guys may be familiar with, and Jorge Vasquez. And we as far as we're concerned, we are trying to open up legal stores and do things in a compliant legal structure. The only other licensed store that's close to us is on First Avenue, 1662 First Avenue. So obviously, other smoke shops, they eat into the margins, and we would not appreciate that.
Okay, let's go to Maria Marquez Haas.
Maria is an applicant from Lost Area.
Let's not go to Maria just yet then, unless you have comments on this. Let's go then to Sasha.
I just remembered to ask, I wanted to know if for the frontage, what maybe the plan is for how design may look, and if there's any plan to have security upon entrance, because I see the storefront is in like first floor of a tenement building and right next to a building entrance. So I'm just curious if there's any plan for that.
So pursuant to state regulation, any of the windows or openings have to be tinted so the product can't be seen from the street. Our security plan, and I think I had sent you the standard operating procedures. The security plan would involve a check-in with a guard, and outside of that, just a minimal store sign, without really any more font, bold print than art.
And how long is your lease for?
It's 5 years with a 5-year option, I think.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let's go to DJ.
Oh, okay, I'm unmuted. Just want to mention I live like a block away. I don't really have a problem. In general, it seems like there's a lot of hand-wringing on the community board about new dispensaries. I kind of agree, Robin, there does seem to be a lot of them, and I wonder how many the neighborhood can support before they're really eating into each other's margins. But if the demand is there and they have the licenses, they should be able to open. And just, I want to point out, these places are generally pretty quiet. At least that's how it seems from the outside. People go in and out. They don't generally hang around smoking outside as far as I've seen. We just approved a raft of liquor licenses and outdoor dining for bars that are generally louder and rowdier than these dispensaries seem to be. And those all kind of flew through with no issues. So I agree there's a lot of dispensaries, but I don't really see them generally as nuisances. They just kind of sit
Okay, thank you. Let's go to
there.
Marco.
A lot of
Oh,
them look
I'm
like
sorry,
Apple
DJ.
Sisley. I'm done. Thanks.
Sorry. Marco?
Thank you. I don't think that we had to compare apple with potatoes. The two different things. Liquor license doesn't stink in the way that marijuana does on the streets. I walk in the streets. I had to smell that. I go to the park. Far away from there, I had to smell that thing. So in other words, I had to be forced to do something that I regret that it should be legalized. I think is wrong completely. Thank you.
All right, let's go to Miles.
So from my perspective, being a high school student, the same age as those Chapin students, I'm sure you do have precautions, but I was curious, also because I go to school right next to St. Mark's Place, so I'm always trying to get dealt cannabis essentially. So, what specific kind of precautions do you have in place to ensure that you are not selling to, people that are underage or to people that aren't fit to be receiving it?
Yeah, it's a great question. So like I had alluded to, we need best practices in the retail dispensaries is that you have a security check-in, which takes the person's ID and scans the ID. Some dispensaries take ID at sale, but given the character of the neighborhood, we're going to do a security check-in. It's pretty challenging to get past those things in terms of intoxication. That is frequently involved in employee training on how to, correctly operationalize. We call them bud tenders are on the floor. They're trained to recognize when a person's in an intoxicated state and should not be purchasing any more cannabis. And that's part of our SOPs, which I think I sent to you, but if I did not, I'd be more than happy to send you a draft.
Thank you very much. I think I see that information. I will say, based on how the board has been doing these in the past, it might be helpful for you to come to the full board meeting with signage because no one knows how this is meant to look from the front, and they don't usually like to have like things that are out of character with the neighborhood. That's just a aside. I want to recognize iPad, assuming that this is a member of the public who wishes to comment on this business. iPad 41, yes.
No, this is Larry Hass. We're here to speak on behalf of Los Feliz, so we'll wait till this is over and.
Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, let's continue on this piece of business. Let's go to Addison.
Hi, I'm going to make a motion to approve this.
All right, you've got a second from Sasha. You've got people calling the question. This is a motion to approve Toastery LLC. If anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining, please let me know. Let's go to Robin.
There are so many other nicer uses for that empty storefront. I'm a no.
All right, thank you very much. Let's go to Marco.
Absolutely not.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's go to Danielle.
I'm voting no.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, this motion will carry on a 10 to 13 vote. All right, we are gonna move back now to the final applicants in the roadway cafe and liquor license piece. I understand that Maria from La Asteria is here.
Maria, I just sent you a prompt to unmute, and then I will also unmute.
Hi. I'm sorry. Sorry we weren't able to get on earlier. My name is Larry Hass. I'm one of the owners of MHH 1590, which is doing business as Los Sevilla, a small Italian restaurant on Lexington Avenue. The address is 1219 Lexington, between 82nd and 83rd. We had a roadway structure during COVID, which we took down pursuant to the DOT guidelines. And we have an application in to put up a new roadway structure with 9 tables and 18 seats to add on to our restaurant, which is small. The inside has 12 tables and 24 seats.
Okay.
Will of course comply with all fire suppression, the regulations, and won't block any systems.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone from the public that has questions for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Do you have a bathroom, and are you willing to allow your patrons to use that?
Yes, we have a bathroom, and all of our patrons are able to use the bathroom.
Thank you. I will support your application.
Thank you.
Recognize Judy.
Make a motion to approve.
All right, you've got seconds. Bill will call the question. This is a motion to approve. If anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining, please let me know. Otherwise, it'll go down as a 13-0 approval. Thank you. And now I also understand that the applicant from the bagel place is here, so let's go ahead and let them, we will revisit this application.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Why don't you tell us about your application?
Yeah, we have a bagel shop. It's a family owned and operated, and we have six tables and 12 chairs outside.
Okay, I see the application is 9 tables and 21 chairs, but you're saying it's 6 tables and 12 chairs?
Yeah, maybe yes. Maybe that's the whole corner. Yes.
So
Yeah.
is it 9 or is it 6?
It is 9. Yes.
It's 9 and it's 21 chairs?
Yes.
Something like that.
Okay. And would you agree to a stipulation that you would not obstruct access to any fire safety regulation necessities?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see if there's anyone from the public that has questions for this applicant. Seeing none, let's go to Miles.
Thank you.
I'm still inclined to vote in favor of this. However, I was just curious for what the cause was for not coming to the previous Street Life Committee and then also the full board. I was just curious as of to that.
So to the applicant, whatever your answer is to that.
Well, I just missed it. That's it. I mean, no other reason. Just missed the first appointment.
Okay, let's recognize Judy. Judy, you're still muted.
Can you please give us the location of your establishment and the cross street?
Yes, it is on.
Do you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, the location is on 73rd and First Avenue. It is 1370 First Avenue.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's go to Addison.
Yeah, I'm going to make a motion to approve this.
Okay, so this is Now an alternate resolution from what we had earlier. This is a motion to approve. Judy is seconding in that. Would anyone like to call the question on this? Yes, I see Marco will. Okay, so this is a motion to approve. If anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining, please let me know. Sasha?
Yeah, I'm gonna vote no. I think missing two separate meetings that you could have gone to and then being late for this one means you really don't need this that much. And I just think it's not good business practice and to not have any reason other than, oh, I just missed it. Because this was your third chance to speak to it and you came really late.
Okay, so this is a no, thank you. I'm also a no.
Why?
Seeing none, seeing none. This is an 11-2 approval, and that will go to the full board meeting for the full approval. Thank you very much. Let's now go to the last order of business that we have. And for everyone on the board, I have sort of a nice treat for you, which is no one from this last cannabis business has submitted any paperwork and they're not here anyhow. So I believe we can make short order of this sort of thing. I'm willing to entertain motions if we have them. Miles?
Motion to disapprove.
All right, and that would be seconded by people, okay. And Robin is calling the question. So this is a motion to disapprove for the second cannabis applicant on this. You have questions maybe. Robin, you have a question?
Sorry, save my comment for the end, but I do want to make a comment at the end.
Okay, we're gonna have a little bit of new business, so yeah, we can do
Okay.
that. Judy?
When the cannabis, I don't know what we do regularly, when cannabis doesn't show up the first time, do we normally give them a shot at a layover? Like
Not, I mean, they haven't
at a
answered any
restaurant?
emails. No, they haven't answered any emails or submitted any of the things for us to assess.
Ah,
I don't
okay,
believe.
Okay, I didn't realize that. Okay, sorry. Then I'm going to agree with the no vote.
No need to be sorry. I'm glad that you're clearing up the things that you're clearing up. Okay, so this is a motion to disapprove that is on the floor, and the question has been called. And so if you're going to be voting yes or abstaining on this one, please let me know. Otherwise, this is going to go down as a 13-0 disapproval. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. This is all of the agenda items we had to get through today. I am terribly impressed with everyone doing it as quickly as they can. I know a few people have things to say, but I do want to make a personal invitation for anyone who wants to learn how to co-chair this committee to come sit with me next time in August up here in the Hudson Valley, and I'll show you how I do the minutes in real time, and then we can get another co-chair because I'm probably cycling off in May and we need someone else to figure this out. That's all the new business I have, but then I also understand that Jordan has something. Actually, Jordan, yours is complicated. Let's hear from everyone else, then let's go to you last. Judy.
Yes, on the first cannabis item, I think you said the vote was 10-13. I don't think that's what you meant.
It's 10-3, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Thank you for catching it.
Just wanted to clear that up.
Thank you. Robin?
I just want to speak on my behalf, and I hope on the behalf of my fellow committee members, of what a amazing job you did. I thought we were going to be here till 10, 11 o'clock, and we're going to get out of here before 2 and
That's all of us. So everyone did that. I'm so happy that this is
No,
happening. Thank you,
we're
Robin.
We're going to get out of here before 2.5 hours. Lindsay, you Brooke, no chit chat. We just got through it. You did a great job. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go to new business that Marco might have.
Yes, thank you. Again, I think I had to congratulate in the way that you do your these meetings. I think you speed it up properly, and reasonable, and you help to that the business be more organized. In that direction, I would like to recommend if we can create a suggest form to send to all the applicants so they can at least they can fill it up and they can read to us so they can provide the whole information and make more thorough their presentation. What do you think?
So Marco, you're saying like we could send them a script for like this is how they do it so they know
No,
here's the
no, just basically questions. For instance, what is the address? What is the time of the presentation? If it's going to comply with the rules, regulations of the DOT. So at least there are questions they can answer directly to us. So make easier for them because some of them, they are intimidated to do the presentations and they don't know what to say sometimes. But if they have at least some forms, as a matter of fact, one applicant, they came and you say hold, and you put two applicants ahead, and they saw more or less. And I think that was a good example. And rather to wait and do that, if we have a form that they can say, look, we suggest that you should present that. And so that make easier for them the presentation. That I strongly recommend. And the other one is, yes, the application at 302 East 92nd Street. I review in DOB right now, and there is no letter of no objection, no certificate of occupancy. It is far away from the corner, so it's beyond 100 feet. And so far, I should say, doesn't have anything legal to use the rear yard. However, there may sometimes the record of DOB is not accurate. So it's better to give you a chance to present any documentation. But so far, I don't think that they have it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This is for Rafe's
Yeah, this is
bar.
302 East
Yeah,
92nd Street.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. I do want to say, I think this point of giving them sort of a list of things that they can just say at the top to make it go smoother is a good one. I also will say that what Jordan and the board office does is it says, here's answers to all the common questions on the checklists to the committee, to the people in their packets. And so maybe we can talk together about language that says like, make sure you hit these points.
Yes, I think that's the idea.
So Jordan,
Yeah.
maybe we can try to
So
figure that out.
help the applicants basically to do the right presentation and help us. So then we can move forward and comfortable with our decision.
Okay, thank you. Let's go to Miles.
I in that kind of same light, I think maybe the idea of like an example video, maybe of how you run through a presentation, because I think a lot of the time it's really helpful for the applicants to actually see how it's done and see how it's worded and voiced. So I think that would be really good. I really like Marco's idea. And then also, this was just a general question in regard to what you're talking about with co-chairing. Because I'm new, I was just curious in regard to committees and committee leadership and things like that. Is there like an age requirement? Is there like,
No, you're a board member full as anyone else.
okay, all right, just had to make
Miles,
sure.
I would be delighted to have you take this on, and it would be the talk of the business community to have this high schooler holds the keys to like, are we having outdoor dining? Is cannabis coming in or not? I'm
Oh,
fine
thank
with
you.
that.
I appreciate
Maybe you and your parents can come up to my house, and then we can sit side by side and we can do it. So it feels like we're all learning.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Marco.
Miles, I will support you.
Okay. Okay. So that's all we have for right now, except for this one complicated-ish piece from Jordan. Jordan, can you explain it? Oh, hold on, I'm sorry. On one more thing. Miles, I think that suggestion is good on the video. However, I think the best thing that we can say to applicants is go watch another video of these, because all of these are on YouTube. And instead of any of us having to take on that sort of work, I think we say, go see that. Go ahead, Jordan.
All right, so DOT sent us a batch of applications last night, so the day before today, the day before the meeting, and roadway cafes typically have a 30-day timeline, while sidewalk cafes have a 40-day timeline. So the sidewalk cafes are good for August. However, we do have one roadway cafe that is due on the 30th, and our next street light meeting is August 5th. So I wanted to, talk with Lindsay at least to see how we want to do this. And obviously we can discuss with the committee. What we were thinking is just inviting them to full board to present their application and, present everything. And I will give them a list of all the common questions to have prepared beforehand because they only have 2 minutes for public session. But to make sure that they will flyer for full board and get all of their materials in by full board. And then since their presentation is only going to be 2 minutes, then just give them the common questions that are typically asked, and hopefully they can just breeze it out in 2 minutes or less.
And what I'll say, Jordan, thank you very much for explaining that. I think that actually sounds like the move. I do not want us to be in the business of hearing many of these in full boards, but this is not the applicant's fault at all. It's like by the vagaries of timing. I also think it might be sort of helpful for other members who aren't on this committee to sort of see what it is that we do to go through this. So I feel fine with that suggestion. If anyone else has thoughts, please let me know. Marco?
Thank you so much for doing that. I think that's the right move. We can consider it as only one application, maybe 2 applications. I think we can move in that direction. Thank you. I don't want to take too much because I think it's too late. Thank you.
Okay, so there's one final motion we could entertain.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. Sounds good. Thanks, everyone. It's 8:50. This is amazing. Okay, hooray. I'll see you in a few weeks. Bye. Thank you.
Have a good night, everyone.
Good night. Jordan, I'm so happy right now.